everyone, it's Nana A. Welcome back to my channel. Usually I start at the entrance, but tonight I am starting in my house in the bedroom. This is the final video of my 30-day challenge island, which was a 60-day challenge, but we'll get into that. So I wanted to show you the house first, and then we'll go into a tour of the island, and then we'll talk about the second part, which were the goals. If you haven't watched any of the videos, please do. Some of them probably are quite humorous, but I created an island within 30 days. No internet, no Nintendo Online, no DLC. Local play and time travel was allowed. That's it. No help from anybody the first 30 days. And this was the product of my journey. And you just saw my bedroom. I went with the antique furniture. And I did all this to get the S ranking. Put sets of furniture together and did the feng shui and tried to do everything that I needed to do because I was really worried about that goal, because I usually do not pay a lot of attention to my house. But anyway, this was the bedroom. Let's go downstairs. And let's keep going downstairs. This is probably my favorite room in the basement. It's my Christmas living room top, or Christmas den, I guess. And you can see lots of Christmas decorations. And I tried to keep the feng shui going. It's really hard in this room. I didn't worry as much in this room because the rest of the house had it. But I tried to keep it somewhat. But most of the Christmas decorations. Tabletop ornaments. Over here we have the tree and the presents and some toys like the bear and the Dreamy bear, or whatever it's called, the baby bear and Dreamy bear. And of course the ornament lamp back there, one of my favorite decorations, one of the three. You'll see the other three. And then you can just sit here and watch TV, enjoy the fire in the fireplace. Not that there's a lot on TV now, but you never know. Have a cup of coffee. Play a game of chess. Lots of things to do. So now, let's go back upstairs. Okay, this is the main living room. And with this, I went with the log set, the chairs, the lounge, the shelves, the long couch, everything log except for that antique table up there. And then I tried to keep the feng shui on the appropriate sides of the room. And that's about it for this one. We just had some Christmas. I tried to incorporate Christmas in every room. And that helped with doing the feng shui also. But I like this room. I love the falling snow walls. And I think it just makes everything look more cozy. Kind of incorporate some bought and made things in the house, but of course a lot of handmade. I just think that leads more to the decorations of the house. And this is my office area. Yeah, every office has to have a globe. We have some frosted pretzels you can snack on. Again, the same falling snow wallpaper, because I love that. And you can just stand here and watch the snow, or sit at the desk and get some work done. I hope I don't make y'all busy. I'm trying to get all angles. And, just some office things, items. And basically that's it for this room. is not, whoops, I'm so sorry. I hit my microphone. Not a big room, but I think it all came together. I'm saving the bathroom for last because I do not like that room. But let's go in the kitchen. This I did. I packed a whole lot of stuff in there. I kept the feng shui items. I did the iron kitchen set and had the cook stove, the wood burning stove, cook stove. Of course, the log table with log benches. I just tried to keep everything, since this is a winter forest theme, I tried to keep everything cabin style. Now, I was not able to go in and change the villager homes because I was not able to use the DLC. And there's not a lot of design codes because I couldn't use those, and I could only use the ones I made, and there's not a lot of them. That is not my thing in the game. My thing is to search for these creative people that do it for me. Okay, this is the last room that we need to go in. This is the bathroom, and it's the one that I had the least amount of items to put in and pull together the best I could. It doesn't really go with the rest of the house. But if you ask Angie, why the blue bathroom? My reply will be, I created an island in 30 days with no Nintendo Online or DLC. That's why. You have very limited items. So I did the best I could, and I tried to keep feng shui in here too. Try to keep everything center and in good shape. It's just, I don't know. I just think this room does not go with the rest of the house, and it's my least favorite. I don't know. And here we are, back in the living room. So that's my house. And I really don't usually do my house, but playing the game and trying to meet the goals brought me out of my comfort zone a little. Made me do things I usually do not do. And then we're in my yard. Of course, purple roses. Got to have purple. And this is where I put the farm on the island. Was at my house. I knew we needed a farm, so it was my house space. And we have a well, and we have our lone Christmas ornament over here hiding the pipe I put up as best I could. We have some items over there, milk can, grill. You can sit in the rocking chair here and drink your melon juice, watch the bonfire, listen to the waves. Very relaxing. I have my bike here that I never use because I'm running all over the island. And then here's our puppy. And don't worry about him being outside, because back there is the heated sauna, and it's the back of his house, so it keeps his house warm. And then we have the silo and a barrel full of seeds and some sacks of fertilizer. And then, of course, our windmill over there. So that's my yard. And then you go this way. And now I haven't checked my mail. And maybe I can do that real quick. Just get rid of... Oh my goodness. How many have I not answered? Oh, there's my S ranking. My other S ranking. No, that was way too many. So, guess what? The mailbox is full on the dream address. But that's just par for me, so. Here we have our tulip lane area. Just some tulips, some of the different colors, with some garden lanterns. Kind of simple, just along the beach here. Not really anything on the beach. Left it kind of open. We keep going this way, and some more tulips. But on the other side, we have some transition into flowers that I never can say the name right when I'm trying to on my video. So we're just going to say the pink and white flowers. And that's to match the Christmas decorations over there. And of course, here's my other two favorite Christmas decorations, the ornament garland. There we go. We had a bulb out. And the, I can't remember what it's called, the snowflake. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called right now. So that's it. And we've got a little seating place. And this, I am proud of, as you can see, my lilies of the valley. And I did get 5 stars, about 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. And I was able to keep it all the way through up until I put it on my Dreamy dress. So I have multiple lilies of the valley, which I don't think I've ever gotten this many, so I'm really proud of that. This is my Cosmo area, and some of the star, like the Libra, not Libra, the table and the urn. I was going to say scales, but that's not it. Nothing really down here. I didn't do a whole lot on the beaches. I didn't want to. Up here is our lighthouse, keeping everybody safe. We have a little bit of Christmas brought in, and we have our 2 benches where you can come and sit and just enjoy the outside. Then we go down here, still Cosmos. We have this little sitting area, just kind of a filler space. You can sit and drink or whatever you want to drink. I think that's a milkshake, and read your magazine and just relax. And this is where I use the mushroom items, as you can see. And then you come over here and you can sit on the bench here and watch the gnome volleyball game. I don't think it's going very well, but they seem to enjoy it, so good job, guys. They're doing good. Yeah, and see the lighthouse in the back. And then we come down the beach a little. This one I did decorate. I put the tent on it, made a little extra camping areas. Somebody that wants to go surfing in the freezing cold water. They have a sandcastle tournament going on, just to sit back and relax. And now this is my tree farm. This is where you get your Christmas trees. And you can see we've already cut some down. We have them in different levels. And my little stand over here, I use the stall sables, and then I use the storefront behind it to give that light and to make it look a little bit more larger, I guess. But I like it. Then next to that you have the watering area. That's where we get the water to do the trees. And somebody left the bucket in the back by the pump. So we have the pump, one in the back to get the back trees, and then we have this one in the front. And we have some of the hyacinths, I don't know, the lamps. And then this was, I think, my first build on the island. And I just love it. I took the pinks and the blues and the Christmas decorations, and it just lights up. I just love it. We have the illuminated tree and presents. Then we have the dolly and the dollhouse. And of course, on each side, we have another lily of the valley. I'm sorry, I'm just so proud of keeping it 5 stars. Usually I lose it because I use dropped items and stuff, but not this time. I kept them. So proud of myself. Then we had some pink and white roses just to go along with the decorations. This is our trail of lights, if you will. And it leads to the museum. But first we're going to go here. This is our Nooks. We have the ATM outside. We gave them a little restaurant, cafe, maybe cook a little barbecue. You see the grill and the smoker there. you know, just a little something extra for the Nook boys to do. But one of the goals was to have all of the facilities upgraded fully and each one decorated. So I tried to make sure each one of them had a Christmas decoration and then their own separate decoration. This is my field of lilies by the lake, or the pond rather. I just think lilies are so pretty by water. I have the garden wagon, some garden lanterns, places to sit, a little stepping stone, some butterfly models, nothing major build, just a field of lilies. And I put some of the flowers in, and then I let them grow in naturally. So there may be some mix-up of colors or however it happened. Maybe some hybrids came out of it, but I just placed the first flowers and let them grow. But I like this little field here. We keep going down the ornament light lane here. And this is our museum. I wanted to do a big thing for Blathers because, you know, we don't do a lot for him and he deserves it. On top of the frozen columns there, or pillars, or the the tabletop ornament lamps. And then I put the holiday candles out to kind of represent floating candles. And we just made the river go around it, and you have the reindeers and the ornament garlands and the frozen archway and fence. I thought it was cute. Now one thing, I'm sorry, my voice. One thing that I had said in the goals was I would complete one part of the museum. Knowing that in order to get the golden tools, I would have to, complete at least the bugs and the fish. So let's go see the bugs first, because I did. I'm just going to let you listen to some music while we wander through the bugs. And we'll go to my favorite sitting place, which is the butterfly room. I just love this room, especially when they're all flying around. You can sit here and just think about everything. Not exactly sure why I walked out right after I walked in, other than I really love the butterfly room. Maybe I was just going back. But let's continue on to see the other bugs. And then we'll go upstairs. This is the one I did not think that I would complete. But after working on the Nook Mile Goal for patrons of art, then, sorry, I had to clear my voice. I got it. All of the statues, all of the paintings, it's all there. And of course, each time you get one of these, Blather gives you a poster. And I meant to put those up in the house, and I didn't do it. So there's a few things that I noticed doing the walkthrough that I didn't do. And I probably will do it, and then I'm sorry, I can't think of my words. And then redo the Dreamy dress, update the Dreamy dress. Okay. Now, this would be my grandson's favorite room. We got all of the dinosaur bones, all of the fossils. And I'm not taking a really long time in each one of them because, you know, we have so much to do and so much to talk about. I know this is going to be a long video, and I apologize. I was going to do it in 2 separate parts, but as I said before, in my last video that I put out, I had some problems with my equipment, and not all of it has come in still. I thought it would, but it didn't. So we're going to do the best we can with this. I like to do that because the spotlight follows you. And here are the big boys. This one was actually harder, I think, than the others, because you only get so many a day. And I think the reason why I was able to do it was the time travel, because I had to time travel back to get something. So every day I made sure I got every fossil on the way back to where I needed to be. And that really helped. It helped get bells too. Okay. Now we have the fish. So that's 3 parts. We have the fish and the sea creatures. And I did complete every one of them. I'm so happy. The museum was completely done. And in this walkthrough, I just realized while I'm talking here, I didn't go into the roost, but everybody knows what that looks like. So mine looks like everybody else's. Poor Brewster. That's the big fish. I love sharks. Long time ago, when I first started in college, I wanted to be a marine biologist. And that's what I started my studies in, but life happened. And I ended up being a nurse, which I thoroughly enjoyed my whole career, helping people. But I would love to play with sharks too. At least you know where you stand with them. Alright. Just some more fishies. And no one in the museum tonight. That's kind of unusual. I usually see at least one villager. And that's it. Our museum on Hope was complete. And that enabled me to get the golden fishing rod and the golden net. So I actually completed more than one milestone. Okay, due to my voice issues here, I'm going to let you follow me along on the rest of the island, listening to some music, because I need to go over the progress of the goals after we do the tour, so I'm going to save my voice for that. So I'm just going to let you listen to some music and we'll go on the tour of the island. I just wanted to come back in for the map. And this is the map of hope. My dream address is on the bottom there. And please go visit. Leave me some comments and let me know what you think. I would love it. But I had Billy and Deidre, Piper, Sky, Bo, Blair, Kid, Fauna, Hopper, and Admiral. All great villagers, especially for this theme. Okay. Actually, I decided to come back. This is like the neighborhood get together eating place. They have their presents there. The sleigh's getting ready to be filled so they can deliver them out. We have Blair's house and Piper's house. We go up here. And this is Hopper on that side and Admiral on that side. And I gave them purple because I just needed purple in here somewhere. And I liked it. So I added that with some purple flowers. And then we kind of transition. I guess I forgot to show you the sitting area. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I will tell you this path is one of the ones I made. Please don't laugh at it. And there will not be a code up because I'm not even going to use it again. But over here we have a little waterfall, a place that you can go and look. We have some Christmas decorations. This is Kid's house. And then you keep going on the path back here, and we have Billy's house. Some more decorations, and I actually gave him the fire pit with the chairs so he and Kid can sit out and talk and whatever they want to do. Then we go up here, and this was one of my first few builds too. This is the stargazing area. One of my subscribers suggested doing this build, so this is how it ended up. You can just come up here and look at the stars, catch some falling stars, make some wishes. If you go over here, we have a telescope set up and a little cushion to sit on. And there you go. You can look at the stars that are not in the sky tonight. There will be no wishing on stars tonight. But I wanted to use some of each color and then some of the star items, the different Capricorn and Libra and Taurus, whichever ones. Pisces. Got the lamp over there. Then we go down here, and this is just a little sitting area to sip some apple cider, some hot apple cider on a cold night. And this is where we make it. So you get fresh, hot apple cider. And where do we get the apples from, you may ask? From our orchard. And this is the small orchard. Actually, this is a favorite place for the villagers. They love walking back here. We have one of each tree, not one, we have a row of each tree, and including the coconut tree. We have a little watering pump back there. And we also have some heaters in the middle to keep the trees warm so we don't lose them. And just some little decorations there. You come over here, and we have another little sitting area. You can overlook the frozen statue park, see, there they go. Come down here, and these are the three deers, Deirdre, Bo, and Fauna, who have not been keeping up with their yard. Now we'll have to update the dream address. I didn't notice that at first. Can't let it be overgrown by weeds. Some weeds are okay. Again, you know, I use the holiday candles by the trees, the ornament, the garlands, the ornament trees in different colors. I put a little garden wagon and a sled, just a few yard decorations. I mainly wanted it to be Christmas decorations. We have another little sitting place here in front of the waterfall. You can sip yeah, then hold on. Let me just, that way weeds won't come back. Now we just keep going here. And that's where the frozen sculpture park is. And you can walk around there and look at the sculptures. You can hop over here or not. We're going to go back the long way because I need to show you our campsite. The campsite was one of the earlier builds also. Uh-oh. Sorry, Popper. Excuse us. Excuse us. We're doing a video. This is the... Oh, here she comes. It should be okay. This is our campsite. We have the little fire sitting around the campfire there. We have another little seating area back here with an outdoor library. A little laundry place back there for your clothes. And fishing area. Then you come back around. We have a couple of bikes if you want to tour the island on them. Follow the path and you see the illuminated Christmas tree. Put a few more back since I took some out. This is where you sit and eat. This is a little park, just a small micro park playground, and this is where you cook the food. Bring it over here. And then we go on around. We're back at Resident Services. We go over the bridge, and this is our little, it's not a ski lift per se, that's what I keep calling it, but it's more like a lift that you can go up and see the island. So that's kind of fun. Unless you're scared of heights. Then maybe not. But I thought that was a neat idea. I did not come up with that on my own. I saw that somewhere. I do not remember where. That somebody made a ski lift, and I thought, oh, I could do that with these. Okay, it's me again. I just wanted to let you know that I can just do a lift so you can look at the island, be up in the sky. And then we go over here. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, the ice rink. Not a lot of decorations, just a tree to skate around, a bench to sit down on. You know, just an open area to skate. And then we come around this way. And this is our Gyroid Carnival. The gyroids have all the games, all the rides, the food. Looks like the frozen drink machine has a problem there. I'm sure they'll fix it. You know, you spin the wheel, whatever number you land on determines your prize. You have pop the balloons. Over here you have the little capsule game and an arcade game, climbing wall if you want to do that. And then the crane game. Everybody loves that. Balloons. We have, I believe it's like the duck game. I don't remember. And the balloons are in the way. But there's your prizes for winning that. And then we are back at my house. That is the island. I know I went through it quick, so please feel free to use the dream address and come back and look around. And like I said, I will be updating the dream address because I think I want to do it on one of the days where there was actually snow on the ground. But now we're coming to the part where, with heaviness, sadness, I did not complete all of the Nook Mile goals in 60 days. I tried. I gave it a good try, I promise you. Let's take a look. You know, you have the one for naming the island. Next one, I caught 5,000 fish. I did 5,000 fish in 60 days to get this one. And the next one is I caught one of each of the fish. The next one is the talking to your villagers. The one after that is the first one I did not complete. And that was catching 5,000 bugs. I was almost halfway there, but I just couldn't get the bugs in 60 days. And I'll tell you, when you start in the wintertime, that one is hard to get. There's not a lot of bugs. DIYs, I caught 2,500 sea creatures, and I got one of all 40. Did not complete the DIY tools. I tried. I was a little over halfway there. I made tools every day. I really did try. That's a goal that you'll have to set. You'll have to figure out how many you want to do each day to get done in the number of days that you did. Same with the furniture. I did do the furniture refreshener, which is the customization. I finished all of those. But the furniture I did not get. And I've customized 200 pieces of furniture to get that one. And then I cut 5,000 pieces of wood. I got 50 cooking recipes and cooked 500 recipes to get that one. I trashed 200 tools. That's when you hit the rock after eating a fruit, I think. Your first fossil, I got all the fossils assessed that I needed. I got the gyroid and 20 different kind of gyroids. I found, pulled, and sold 3,000 weeds. Planted 300 flowers. And watered 1,000 flowers. I planted 30 different trees on the island, mostly cedar trees because that's what fit the theme the most. Really, the only hardwood trees I wanted were the fruit ones. And speaking of fruit, I sold a lot of fruit. I got one of each kind of fruit. I planted 20 shrubs. Actually planted more, but all you have to do is 20 to get that one. 200 produce. That's how many you have to plant to get the sprout out loud. And then the next one is I had to harvest 1,000 produce. So I found one and sold 1,000 shells. A lot of running up and down beaches. The next one is the clams to go fishing. I collected more than 200, but 200 to get the Nook Mile goal. Trash fishing, I got 20 pieces of trash. 100 fish in a row. That one is so hard. That's the one that I could not video when I was fishing because I had to listen to it and I can't hear it on my capture card. So I could not do it on the video. But there's proof. I got my 100 fish in a row. I updated my house, or upgraded my house rather, like 7 times. Got the S ranking for the house, which again I thought was going to be really hard, but it really wasn't once you paid attention to what you were doing, which I've never done before this. So that's putting 150 pieces of furniture in your house and 300 items in your storage, which you cannot do until you get your house up a little bit. Remodeled my house 5 times. Ended in the cabin. This one, I did not get the smile aisle. That's doing request for your villagers. I got 95 requests. I think it was 95, yes. And I could not get any more. I tried. I talked to them multiple times. I got pictures from 3 or 4 of them. Deirdre, Fauna, Hopper, and one more. I can't remember. And I had a high rating with all of them, but 95 times is all I could get. So you can't finish something you don't get. The next one is reaction ruler. You have to get 42 reactions. Take a picture. That one's kind of given. Edit credit. That's your passport. Nook Phone Life. Use your Nook phone. Use your Nook phone a lot. Shop to it. 200 times or 200 items. Growing collection. 500 items in my catalog, which is not hard when this is the only place you have to get items for your island. Nook Miles for Miles, I did not finish. I was on the second to the last and almost there. I had 903 out of 1,000, and I did maybe 10 or 20 a day, but on some of these, I think I just started too late. I was more concerned about the house, and I didn't realize giving myself 30 extra days how hard it was going to be. And it's just a time crunch. And that's what happened. First time buyer, and then the next one should be first time seller. Those are not hard to get. Moving fees paid, we all get that in the beginning. Bell ringer. I spent 5 million bells on that island. Miles for stockholders, that's participating in the stock market. And then cornering. You have to get, in the end, 10 million bell at profit. And when I got to that last 10 million, I was lucky enough because at this time I could use Nintendo Online. One of my subscribers, actually the one that we're doing a buddy challenge together right now for 30 days, 5-star island. Make sure you watch for the videos. She went on her island and looked, and we were trying to see who could find the best price, and she by far did. And I got that 10 million bells. It took me a couple of trips because I bought so many turnips. But I wanted to be through with this one. I don't like the turnips. I don't like having to be careful because they spoil. No more loan payments. That's the bulletin board. Those are all kind of gimme. Pen pals. That's just tedious. 200 postcards. And I don't write postcards when I'm playing usually. Maybe a few. So that one was tedious. I would suggest you figuring out how many days you want to complete this in and how many you have to write a day. And I wouldn't make it a whole bunch. The flea flicker. I only got 3 fleas. None of my villagers would get fleas. I went back to April the 1st and I went day by day. I would do morning, evening. I would walk where they could see me. I would follow them around. Almost stalk them sometimes, but they wouldn't get fleas, so I couldn't complete the goal. To me, that's not my fault if my villagers wouldn't get fleas. Net or better, the pity party. You make a pitfall, then you step in it. You get stung twice before you take medicine by wasps. This one, it's not hard for me to do. Sometimes I forget my net, especially on the Nook Mile Islands, and rubber does not help you. And then we have the faint of heart. That's where a scorpion or tarantula sneaks up on you and pops you. And when I'm running around my island, that's not hard either. that's where you fall in the pitfall. You buy fake art. That's not a hard one. You can actually get that one right away. Lost treasure, that's finding your money spot. Balloons, I shot down at least 300 balloons and a few more than that, because that's how you get your golden slingshot. But I didn't get mine right away. I think I kept shooting balloons down for at least 4 days, maybe a week even, before I got it. Fun with fences. You know, Tom gives you the fences and you have to put up 20. Oh, those snow boys. I had to make 20 perfect snow boys. If you watch my videos, you know this one was hard. One time, the poor snow boy's body ended up on his head. I felt so bad. He was not happy. He did not look good. But in the end, I finally made 20 perfect snow boys. And I didn't want to build another snowman for a while. Wished on 200 stars. That's just putting some furniture outside. Change the flag in the tune. That's when you get your terraforming, your path, your water, and your cliff. And wisp 20 times. That one's kind of annoying, but I did it 20 times. Let me tell you about this man. You have to do Gulliver 20 times to get finish the goals. You have to help him 30 times to get the golden shovel. 37 times I helped this man find his communicator parts that he can't keep up with. And I'm pretty convinced now that his crewmates are pushing him over the side of the boat. But 37 times and I finally got my golden shovel. It seemed like an eternity. And I've had him like once or twice in this challenge now. Oh, KK. Oh man, the KK shows. You know, I'm not the big concert fan here. I like to do other things. So for me to sit through all those concerts was kind of hard, but I did it. True patron of arts, 20 pieces of art from Red. Not hard. You ought to know Pascal. You gotta give him 20 I can't think of it. Anyway, you know. 50 sails with the captain. That's okay. Scallops. That's what I was looking for. Gotta give that to Pascal. And I went on 50 boat rides with the captain. Had 50 cups of coffee at least with Brewster and the Roost. I would go in, I'd be all tired and down, and Brewster would say, "Here, have a cup of coffee with some pigeon milk." I didn't want to tell him I don't like pigeon milk because I like Brewster, so I would drink it. The caffeine would get me going again, but I don't know about that pigeon milk. Had to do 50 stretches. I think it was 50, yeah. Get 3 true friends. So you get good relationships with 3 villagers. That one's not really hard if you talk to them every day. Give them some little gift. In the beginning, you can't give them anything big. When I get the villagers that I want to keep, I make sure I have their favorite colors, what kind of clothes they like, what kind of furniture, so it's easier to do. But I did that one fairly quick once I tried. In the beginning, I was more trying to get to 3 stars and did 20 birthdays. Went to my birthday. Did 4 fishing tournaments. Thank goodness all you have to do is participate. But I caught 5,000 fish, so I was bound to finish this one. Oh, but catching those fish when I can't hear, I always want to hit it so soon. I try to, I guess, anticipate, and I'm most of the time wrong. Bug off. I participated in 4 bug offs. I pretty much participated in this one trying to get to the 5,000 bugs, but it didn't help. I mean, it helped some, but it didn't work because here we are. It was the New Year's celebration. If you go on that day, you get it. You change in a dresser, your first custom design, and then you have your first pro design, or custom pro design pro. Those were not hard to get. Pay dirt. That's actually, I'm sorry, that's where you get your buried bells. I can't remember which one I said that on, but this is the buried bells, not the other one. But I got both of them. Yeah, this is the buried bells. Sometimes I forget and I hit the wrong button and I cover that hole up. I try to dig it up, walk away, get what I want, then walk back, and sometimes I don't take the time to do that and I just cover it back up. This one is the Shady Shakedown, where you shake your trees. And I did 2 every day on the island, and then every time I went to a Nook Mile island that had the capability. This is my golden milestones, my golden net, rod, your watering can you get for the 5-star island, your slingshot, your axe for using 300 axes, and then the shovel from you know who. Well, I finally got all of them. I was so happy. And like I said, finding some of those bugs and fish were kind of hard, getting each one, because that's what that one's for. This is, I could do local play, so I would take my character over to one of my other islands and just go over there and come right back. And each time I did that, it counted on that. And then I would have my character from that island do the same thing, fly in, fly back, and it counted for this one. I think you just had to do 10 of each. That was fairly easy. And then active island days, with my time traveling, I was able to play 300 days. I just couldn't get all of those goals. Out of, I don't know if it's 92, 96, it's 90 something goals. I missed, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed 5 goals out of 92, 95, 96, something like that. So I don't think I did good. Even though I did not complete them all, I think I did really good, and I'm proud of myself. I don't think I would try to do this in 30 days again, but I tried, and this is the outcome. So this is the end of the video and the end of hope. It will be on the dream address, and then I will delete the island so I can do another challenge, hopefully. So if you like this video and stuck with me to the end, I am so sorry it's so long. Leave me a comment, let me know that, you know, I missed 5 out of 90 whatever, so I know you watched to the end. Hit that like button. I really put a lot of work into this in this video, so give me a good like. If you have not already, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. 108 subscribers. I did not think I would do that, and it's all y'all. Thank you very much for your support. And of course, don't forget to ring that notification bell so you'll know when my next video comes out. And until then, bye y'all.